Like she lost to Holly, complained and didn't give Holly any credit. She lost to Amanda, pouted out of there, and it wouldn't have been so bad if she didn't go on this whole campaign of never being a do nothing bitch, or being just like this. She was this role model to all these young girls, and then when she lost, she just turned her back on the entire community and shit talked everybody and turned her back. And now she's like, she wants love. It's like, yo, this sport would have loved you. She would have always have gotten a pop. She probably would have had a job in the UFC. Like, there's so much that she could have still been doing had she just accepted those losses and gave credit to Holly and Amanda.
She got sucked into all the Hollywood bullshit. They were putting her in movies and TV shows, and she was on different talk shows.
What is the hype to, like, oh, could
interviews.
she beat Cain Velasquez? Could she? You know, and it's like, she deserves better than to go out the way, you know, her last fight.
Well, she deserves exactly what she got. I think she really cemented her legacy as one of the greatest women's MMA champions ever and a pioneer. But I also think that women's MMA has evolved so fast that within the brief time that she was running shit, the sport passed her by.
When she was a big star in the UFC, and the one person that could get on Ellen's couch, the moment that she left the UFC, she stopped showing up to events, she stopped cornering people, she stopped doing meetings, she stopped participating. When she was done with that toy, she put it in the corner and moved on to something else. But when people did that to her, it was supposed to be some kind of like a grave insult, and it wasn't an insult at all. She doesn't have to go heel on Rogan if she wants to for performance reasons. It's very entertaining. But the part that she got wronged is the idea that everybody hates her. They don't hate her. They never loved her to start with.
But I think the scratch and the itch is very normal. It's and I think for her, she went away, she had kids, she's really shaped her life. And I think she understands now, like I've always understood, that when you remove yourself from fighting, I kid you not, within a year, no one gives a fuck. But the reality is she stepped away for a while and people forgot who she was. And it doesn't matter if they remember her, but that's how fans are. They're quick to forget.
MMA fans and media are the most "what have you done for us lately" crowd of any sport. Like, you look at WWE and they have such a reverence for their legends. And at MMA, it's like the second that you're not on top, you're not shit and you never were shit. Chuck Liddell, when he's on top, oh my God, he's the best. The second that he loses, oh, Chuck Liddell ain't shit, he never was shit. Rampage Jackson, oh my God, he's the next Mike Tyson, he's so great. Second he loses, oh, Rampage ain't shit, he never was shit.
Yeah.
GSP, oh, he loses, he's not shit, he never was shit. And I think the only reason that why MMA fans have their lips so firmly planted at the base of Khabib's cock is because he retired before he reached his limit. And if he kept fighting until he reached his limit, everybody would be like, oh, Khabib ain't shit, he never was shit. And they're like that with everybody.
She can't compare herself to Khabib. She's not on that. She's not like a goat, you know. She's just unhappy. But listen, it's very simple. If you think you better than Khabib, you should come back and Kayla Harrison, your old friend, I'm sure will be very, very happy to open the door for you and give you an ass whipping if you want. But I don't really have problem with Ronda, but I was very shocked to hear her talk about Khabib like that. But in a way, if that's gonna make her feel better, sleep better, she can say whatever she wants. But I personally don't have nothing against her. But she should not talk about Khabib like that, because Khabib never talked about nobody.
And why the narrative is that Ronda Rousey wasn't shit, never was shit, is because the second she faced adversity, she cried and quit the sport and disappeared for years and did no media and didn't give any MMA fan service whatsoever. Whereas these other guys, Cruz lost to Garbrandt, he stood up there at the press conference with his mic in his hand. And unanimously, the comment section of that video is, what a champion this guy is, what a legend to actually stand there and face the crowd and take it all in and accept the loss and give full credit to Cody Garbrandt. You lost, and you blame this and that and this. You disappeared for years. Rocked back up against Amanda Nunes years later on the same night as Cruz versus Garbrandt, almost to be poetic in my example I just brought up.
I can assure you this, as she's out there, saying how much the WWE fans are better, riddle me this. Miss Ronda Rousey. You show up to a WWE event tonight. What's the reception going to be like? Show up to a UFC event this weekend. Show up to MSG. What's the reception going to be like? Don't even bother. I'll tell you what the reception will be like. Show up to the UFC event, you will get a standing ovation. You will be hounded and beloved. Show up to the WWE event, I think you're booed. I think you're straight up booed. So, what does that tell you? Come on now. You couldn't be more wrong. Could not be more wrong, and it's very annoying that we have to continue to listen to this, and I just would love to know, find love in your heart, find peace in your heart, move on. No one cares about the Holly Holm fight. No one cares about the Amanda Nunes fight. Come back, do your thing. If you're gonna fight Gina, great. If you're gonna fight someone else, great.
And then she went into WWE, and I loved what she was doing over there. And even then, like, she had something to say about WWE for a little bit too. And it's just none of it's coming off good. I don't know. She just seems, maybe she should get another fight, just because for her, like you said, it's all about, maybe she's got something in the basement she's got to get out. But it just really sucks to see how angry she is.
Pressure is a privilege, and being on a platform is a privilege. So we know what we signed up for. You know, it also depends on the demeanor of the individual. You know, I think Ronda was self-proclaimed and would say, and I would say this to her, I mean, I think she was kind of the bad guy, right? You know, she kind of was, she was sweet here and there, but ultimately, you know, she kind of had this, you know, F you type of mentality, and she was, you know, somewhat of a bully, and that was kind of her brand, and it was cool. Like, I don't give a damn about my reputation. That was an awesome song, right? You know, so that was part of who she is.
Ronda Rousey's trashing everybody kind of in a row. These people, or the organizations, or whatever she's talking about, you can have valid criticisms with these entities or people or fighters or whatever it is, but if this is what you're doing all the time, nobody's listening, because it comes across as you're just a bitter person. That's what it comes across as, and that's how Ronda Rousey is coming across, as I said, with what I'm calling her grievance tour, where she's just kind of being negative about everybody. She's confirming what MMA fans already thought about her because of her exit and the way she treated and spoke about fighters and fans and the Ultimate Fighter and all that stuff. And, you know, she's kind of confirming an idea that MMA fans kind of already had of her. So that's the tough. When you go after everybody, no one's really listening to any valid criticisms you might have, as much as, oh, there goes Ronda Rousey again, doing Ronda Rousey stuff.
It was a pretty wild interview. I think she misunderstands a little bit. Like, I don't think people don't connect with her because she lost. Because I feel like if Khabib would have lost, people would have still loved Khabib. I don't know. I think she's putting too much on the losing. I think it was the way she maybe connected with fans after that Holly Holm loss and after that and everything that happened since.
She herself did the very thing that she's having a hard time accepting happened to her. The U.S. judo team would love to have Ronda come in. They would love if she went with them to the World Championships or the Olympic Games, or just popped in and did a session at the Olympic Training Center. None of those things have happened. When she was done with that, she put that toy over here and picked up something else. World Wrestling Entertainment would love to have her at the events and out there doing media and at the training camps and bringing girls along, but none of those things happened. When she was done with that toy, she put that in the corner and doesn't play with it anymore.
While we give her credit for elevating women's MMA, which she deserves, but it's not like she was doing this to elevate women's MMA. The women just rode her coattails alongside of what she was doing, but she wasn't like going back going, come on girls, we're going to take the UFC by storm. She was doing this for her. What have you done for other people to deserve the respect of other people, other than the fact that, yes, what you did was great for the sport, but you wasn't doing it for the sport. You was doing it for you.
Yep, absolutely.
And that's 100% okay, but just admit that.
Why are you so mad? That's what I would love to know. I would love to ask Ronda, why are you so mad? Why are you so mad at the world? You have seemingly a lot of great things going for you. What are you so mad about? And why are you holding on to this anger? It's not healthy after all these years.
I want to see her come back. I want to see her fight somebody, though, that is in that same kind of category. A Gina Carano fight makes perfect sense. A Holly Holm fight makes perfect sense. The Miesha Tate fight makes perfect sense. Like, I'm fine with any of those 3 fights. I don't want to see her go out there and fight a fucking Tabitha Ricci or a fucking Valentina Shevchenko or whoever fucking isn't that. You know, I got to be honest. I wouldn't be so far against a Kayla Harrison fight only because they're both judo people, but I'd be throwing her like
they're a different.
Yeah.
Well, we know everybody will get behind bringing Ronda Rousey back. As big of a star as she was, like, yeah, fuck yeah, everybody will be all about it, whether they love her or hate her, right? We'll watch 100%. Like, this isn't, I don't know, 1998 anymore, you know, where you can kind of just be a fighter, you know, just in training camp and then chill and then come back, you know, and we're not even talking about that. We're talking about years off. Like, she'll get destroyed. No, like, you can't take that kind of time off. Like, there's a point where you just got to say, I'm done.